What's good? It's Ozman the Wizard.
And Naima,
This is not
not
another damn
another damn
podcast
podcast.
presented by
Our damn selves.
themselves. Episode 356. Yes.
356. Yes, yes, yes.
Yes. On this Easter Sunday as we take care of this. So
hmm
it'll be the Easter Monday when it comes out.
April Fools when this comes out.
April Fool's Day, yeah. So yeah, we should have tried to prank, yeah, but we already let the cat out the bag. Yeah, we could have tried a little prank. We could have said like, and this is the final episode of our podcast. So we're going out with a bang. At the very end, we yell April Fools.
April Fools.
Still start over and do that if you want, but nah, we just keep it rolling.
Nah, I don't really do April Fools pranks because a thing that personally that I was like, I was hoping it wouldn't happen and it didn't happen. So 6 years ago, I was pregnant with Khalil. And it was Easter and April Fools all at the same time. And we were at
Yeah.
my mother-in-law's, and I was so pregnant. I was
Yeah,
like,
you were ready to pop because he was born a
I
couple
was
days. Yeah,
so pregnant. Like
he was
Khalil
born.
dropped early. And every time I walked, like I could feel him when I was walking. So it was very, yeah, I was just ready for it to just be like, okay, I'm ready to have this baby. And everybody's kept on saying, are you going to go into labor today? I was like, I hope not. I don't want to have a April Fool's baby. It's like, I hope not.
Okay.
Like, I hope not. And then I was just sitting, just waiting. And then the next day I did start having contractions. So I was like, okay. And then I had them, like I said, 2 days after the first. So,
So
but
then,
that's like my April Fool's kind of story that it was kind of,
yeah.
because I really thought that I was like, okay, this could happen at any time. Like, okay, let me just watch and just be cautious about that. But yeah.
Remember when GCI used to do the April Fool's pranks back in the day? Like some of them were like Crazy Howard's wedding. Remember that? That was a classic one. And they had
I
like the
remember.
other chicks show up. They broadcasted live on the radio. And they set it up so like you don't really think about it being an April Fool. They're like, yeah, like come join us this Monday. Yeah, like so yeah.
Yeah, and I'll say
Don't
the
say the date because you will get if it say April 1st, people get
April
like, that's
1st
probably an
and
April Fool's. So they
ha
just
ha ha,
announce it.
April
They don't
Fools.
announce it until like last week, whatever they will start promoting. Yeah, join us this Monday for the Crazy Howard wedding. It's like, yeah, broadcast live on GCI. It's like that was a classic. And then like the broad showed up like it's my man, and then it was an April Fool's thing. That was a classic. When they fired all the DJs, like that was a big one. They said we're just going, which they were kind of like ahead of the curve. We're just going straight automated. It's like, yeah, no jocks. It's like, so then on the week building up to that, all the jocks just started ranting. That's what was funny. They all got to have their moments. It's like, this is some bull. And all that. Like, Elroy let them like all rant about it. I remember Ramon, like he had a classic rant. It's like, I've been doing this 15 years. And you just gonna let like it was like they all Mike Love and the Diz, they did they things like they all of the jocks got to have their rants on the air. Cause like, yeah, this Saturday they getting rid of all of us. This is some bull. It turned out to be an April Fool's joke.
April Fools. But
But we need more of that. Like, yeah, the I'd participate if they were to do that. Like,
as long as it's in fun, I say April Fool should not be a thing where it's like causing malice to anybody. If it's
yeah,
like a fun, lighthearted, something lighthearted, then
yeah.
yeah. If it leaves someone hospitalized or seriously mentally, damaged, then I would
Yeah,
say
that's
no.
probably why, like now, because like especially when in the TikTok era, and like people are just stupid now. It's like so modern April Fool's jokes will probably be like malicious, like you said, like
Yeah,
actual
like
injuries and like burn somebody's fucking house down and be like stupid shit like that now. It's like,
I think about the April Fool Simpsons episode when
oh,
Bart
when
got the beer
Barney,
and shook. Yeah, the beer.
yeah.
April Fool.
There's still 5 minutes left in April Fool's. I know you've been in a coma for
We're cover for 10 weeks. Whatever it was
was
like.
he really in a coma for 10 weeks or was that part of the April Fool's joke? They never said. It's like was it still April Fool's or did they just say that to like trick him again? They never made it clear. Like, was he actually in a coma 10
I
weeks?
think it was still May. Yeah, I think it was May. I think it had been some time. He was like, oh, me lose brain cells. uh-oh.
Yeah, they never made it clear, like, yeah, were they still fucking with him? Like, really, it still is April Fool. Hey, oh no, you were in a coma for 10 weeks. You know that, right?
But yeah.
Classic April Fool's moments.
Fun
Yeah.
times.
Like I said, I remember those radio ones from the 90s and early 2000s, like back when I was breaking in, like trying to get in. Because I definitely would have been part of those if I was like I'd have been I'd have loved to have been part of that. We getting rid of the jocks one. You know me, like I'd have had one of my eyes moments. Like I'm just starting, you gonna get rid of me already? I've only been here like 6 months and you firing me already? Like I'd have been like
April Fool's thing that I'm just feeling like that Mother Nature is still like playing hide the warm weather for us. That's what I feel like Mother Nature is doing.
Well, that's your favorite lousy smarts weather. That's what that
Like
is.
I'm like, what is this? Like the up and down, and it's like
We even got snow last week.
yeah, and I was
We
like,
can go
okay,
at this
smarts
time. We got
again.
snow. We got snow. We can go at this time, kid.
Yeah, it was snow 2 times that happened in March because I always post my lousy smarts weather whenever we get snow in March because we do get smarts in Chicago.
Yeah.
It happens. So when I saw it happen again, I'm like, oh, we get smarts 2 times?
Because we went to I went to WWE in Rockford, and yeah, it was snowing that day. Yeah, that's what. Yeah.
Yeah. It was actual snow that had accumulated. Yeah. I'm
What a
like,
time.
okay.
Yeah, it was
And my
actually.
child wondered why I couldn't have an outdoor birthday party for her.
Oh yeah, Kim's party was the other day. Yeah, it
The other
was.
day,
It
yeah.
was a success.
Because I was like, indoor. We can't do it. We could do an outside party. No, we cannot do an outside party, ma'am.
Yeah.
Ma'am, no, we may not. She wasn't getting it. And now I think they're starting to sink in that we live in Chicago and things are a little bit different.
It's Chicago.
You have to trick or treat in your fall coat. You have to have your costume on in layers and have your whole coat on when you go trick or treating in Chicago. You just
Yeah.
can't wear the costume by itself or you will
October
freeze.
then is like, yeah,
You will
especially
freeze in
October.
Chicago.
October once just like around this time, October is unpredictable too. Because we've
Yeah.
have nice Halloweens where it was like
75 degrees.
70. We also had ones when it was
No.
like 25 degrees. It's like,
No.
it's like Halloween's unpredictable. That's why when the Reaper's Realm in Indiana, yeah, like some years you not gonna do the woods. It's like
The outdoor, yeah. It's like, no, I just do the haunted house.
I do the haunted mansion. Like I ain't going out in the woods though.
I'm not riding the rides because the rides, those carnival rides, like, I'm not doing that either.
The rides in the woods is like it's too cold for this. It's like 20 degrees. I'm not going through that woods and shit. Yeah.
Like even the ghosts that's supposed to be scare you, they're like, even the ghosts are like this outside.
Exactly, yeah.
Check it. Boo. Even they're doing that.
Yeah. I mentioned Rockford. Yeah, we're gonna start serious right here. I don't know if you heard about this. Series, what's it called? Multi-stabbing, yeah, like because like it was a stabbing out in Rockford.
Oh my gosh, I did not hear about that.
Yeah, it wasn't a mass stabbing. I was trying to think because they say mass is a mass stabbing where 4 people were killed and 7 others were injured. Yeah, in the stabbing out in Rockford. Yeah, so
in Rockford.
Yeah, I covered the story. Yeah, it happened this past week. I think Wednesday. I think Wednesday it went down. Yeah. So 4 people got killed in that. I was like crazy.
Oh, was it at a residence or what what happened?
Right in a residence, and then he went on this spree after that. The guy, Christian Soto, is the asshole. That's the only time I'm saying his name. Like I'm not gonna make it famous. Yeah.
So he is in custody and everything, right?
He's in custody. Yeah.
Okay. Cause I didn't know if he
did he take
unlocked himself? Yeah, I didn't know if he did that. Okay.
22-year-old Christian Soto. Yeah, that's.
What the hell is wrong with these people?
Yeah, it started with an argument. He kills his homie and his mother, and then he's like stabbed a poor mailman who was just out like doing his job. That's what made it crazy. It's like the mail carrier was dropping the mail. He just happened to pass him and stabbed him. Then he stopped at another house and killed a teenage girl. Like so, that's and then several others got stabbed along the way too. It's like yeah. So that's why I carry. Yeah, this would have ended differently if I was in Rockford.
Right, I'm like, this is when you like this is like I said, I'm not a person that I think that violence doesn't solve everything, but sometimes it can solve some issues.
Yeah,
Like
this
if a
would have
nut
ended
is rolling
different. If I was
around,
out there and one of those people, I would have ended differently. Say, and then the Oz man shot and killed him and shit. Yeah, and that's how the
if a
story
nut
went.
is out there wielding a knife and stabbing innocent people, then
Yeah,
he needs to be taken down like ASAP. Like to kill the teenage girl. That's oh my God.
15-year-old got killed. Yeah. Said damn mail carrier that one. So I was like, he wasn't.
That's yeah,
He was just out and doing his route,
doing
and
your
then yeah,
job. You're doing your job.
yeah, come across this fucking this nutcase. Yeah. Mm. So that was crazy. I was like, well, we just had to touch on that real quick. Also, another travel. We start with these tragedies, man. What the fuck, man?
Yeah.
The Baltimore Bridge collapse. Like you
I
saw.
saw, oh my God.
Did you see the video?
I saw the video because like
That shit is scary as fuck,
I
man.
saw it on Facebook because like I heard people talking about it, and then when I watched the video, it looked like
The
some
barge lost power is what it was. It's like
yeah,
you see like the lights go out,
the
and then
lights blinked on and off, and
like it's like this steady sailing towards it, and like it's you get more and more anxious because you see cars on the bridge going by. That's what it's like. I was like, oh my God. And we drive bridges all the time. It's like, yeah, here in Chicago. I can't imagine that shit. It's like, yeah, yeah. And then they said that the police did had because they were aware that this barge had lost power. So like they blocked the bridges. So like people it's been mixed reports. Some people say they saw cars go in the water. I didn't see any like on the video. I saw the cars like minutes leading up to it, like going, I was like, "Ugh." And then like when it actually hits and goes down, I didn't see any cars on there. They said that the ones that died were like construction workers that were up there working on the bridge. So like they said, because I think what 6 people I think were killed
six
or
or seven
I
people, I think.
presume dead or so. Because some of them are still missing. Yeah, so like they probably dead. Like yeah, so I
Mhm.
think it's like 6 people that were, and they were all like work construction. So the I didn't see it where it said that people actually went into the water that were in the cars. Like in well, some people are saying they did see that. I'm not.
Yeah, I didn't see
And
that, but
the only video I saw was like we saw. I think me and you saw the same video.
it looked like some day after tomorrow. It looked like a Hollywood movie. It looked like
Yeah,
that, like a
the bridge
doomsday.
was just, and that bridge was like 50 years old. Just
Yeah,
been
because it's
gone.
Francis
Yeah,
P. Scott Bridge.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was built
Yeah.
in the 70s. Like yeah, the mid like 77 or something like that. Like it was like the bridge was like almost 50 years old, and then just to come down like that within seconds, like less than 30 seconds, the whole bridge was just gone and shit. Like that's some scary shit there.
It
A
is.
bridge that been standing 50 years, just like gone like that and shit. Yeah. And the whole bridge is gone. If you saw the
Yeah,
video,
it just collapsed. The whole thing collapsed. It wasn't like part of the bridge, it's like half a bridge or a quarter of a bridge. It's like, no, the whole bridge collapsed.
and I know people that have bridge anxiety, that a phobia of bridges, and they said this just makes it worse. Because I saw people in my comments post.
Yeah.
A lot of people I know, like me, I don't get nervous on bridges, but I know a lot of people that get very nervous on bridges. Yeah.
Mhm.
And like to see that is like you're gonna make you even more not want to like travel across the Chicago River downtown or the little Calumet on the Bishop Ford.
Mhm.
The Skyway goes over the
The
Calumet.
Skyway is the bridge, yeah.
And that's the one I thought about this because the bridge looked like the Skyway Bridge. It was like a
Mhm.
longer version of that to me. So I can't imagine being up there and then just that bridge comes down. It's like,
I forget what that phobia is called. I forgot what it's called for fear of bridges, but I did see people in the comment section saying that there's like, here's what the fear of bridges is called. And they was like, and I have it, and I have it more so now. And
yeah, I know quite a few people that have that, and it's like I already don't like traveling on bridges. This makes it even worse. Yeah.
and then you idiots out there, stop saying like
I
stop.
saw people saying there was a
Stop.
terror attack and all of that. Is like,
Stop. We're saying that it's an inside job and trying to
yeah.
be like it was whatever people are saying, that people are like the conspiracy theories are coming out.
Because it's an election year, so
It's an
people are
election
already gonna
year,
say
but
shit like that, and then like, and weird shit does happen in election years. This I don't think was part of it. I think what happened is just the barge lost power. It's like you see the
weird
lights
shit
going
happens
out,
every
yeah.
year.
See the lights, you've seen the lights flicker when it goes out and shit. Yeah.
Yeah, so when you look at weird shit happens every year. It's just when you're in election year, it's
You
like
just notice it more, yeah,
you
when it's
notice it
like an
more
election year.
because in the front of your mind, you're like, it's an election year. So you're more tuned in more so. Like you're more locked in. But weird stuff happens every year. It does. So let's stop with the whole nonsense. Like at least 7 families lost loved ones. So let's be sensitive about that. Let's be empathetic and let's be compassionate
The
about.
cargo ship did issue a Mayday call, and I'm on the AP News looking at the details. It's like they did so the police probably were able to get up there and block traffic from going in before this hit. It's like I said, the video I saw, I didn't see any cars going. That's like, yeah. I'm not saying none went in, but I'm just going by the video I saw. You could see a moment before, like zooming across it. And that's when I was like, yeah. So I just knew that it was gonna be cars, and you saw it come down. It's like, yeah. I don't know if you remember the bridge collapse in Minnesota. It was like almost 20 years ago. And that one was full of cars because that happened.
Yeah. I remember that one.
That happened during rush hour. This was like 1 o'clock in the morning.
This is like 1 o'clock in the morning.
Why wasn't many cars on this Baltimore bridge? That one in Minnesota, that was like rush hour.
It was during rush hour. I remember that.
It was like covered with cars, so it went down until when that one collapsed. So when I saw it, this is what I thought about, because I remember seeing that video when it came down like that. That's the first thing I thought about, when how the whole bridge just came down. It was gone like that. Yeah.
Well, we do need engineers. Let's engineer these bridges. Let's make these bridges better.
Yeah,
we need engineers. We do. That's a field that we definitely need.
So yeah, it was 8 construction workers that were filling potholes on the bridge when it collapsed. 2 were rescued. Yeah, so yeah, 2 were rescued, and then the other 6 are missing, presumed dead. Like, yeah, they found 2 bodies, and then the other 4 they haven't found yet. So it's still 4 missing out there, which are probably dead. It's been what, Wednesday, Tuesday? Yeah, so it's been almost a week now. So yeah, is the likelihood of those being survivors is low at this point. Yeah. The 4 missing people that were up there.
So yeah, just be mindful of that. Like I said, it's 8 families that were definitely affected by this tragedy.
I guess people seeing they claim that they saw cars go in. It's like, I didn't see, but I just doubt. Like, show me the video. Like I said, show the receipts. Like I said, post it on your social media. If you have a video seeing cars go in, post it, because I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, I didn't see it.
It's like I saw the video with it going up to when the car is zooming by. Like, that's what and like each time I saw a car go by, like the pit of your stomach just
yeah, it's like
because you can't imagine, like, put yourself in that. It's like you're driving, and the bridge was a pretty long bridge too.
Yeah,
I've seen I've looked up other videos like before the collapse with people just driving across that bridge, and it's about a 30-second travel, like a normal travel like that. Yeah, so with traffic, it's probably even long. But yeah, it's like on a regular drive, like with no traffic, regular speed limit and all of that. Yeah. It's like you're gonna be traveling. It's gonna be on that bridge for about 30 seconds to get across. Like, because I timed it on the video I watched. I was like, so once you're not gonna get right off of that bridge and shit.
Right.
So can't imagine just being on that bridge and then it just comes down, like, and you're in the middle somewhere. Yeah. Scary shit. Yeah.
It's really sad. We got. I know we can't live in fear, but still, it's like.
Shit like this does make you think, though.
It's always in the back of your mind where you have to have your escape plan, just in any instance. Like,
that's why it's good to you gotta keep shit in the car, that at least something you can break the windows out with. It's like have something that, because if you go in the water, it's like, typically we have power windows now, so like it's letting the window down. It's like most of it's like old cars, they still have to crank. You can crank that, like, if you got stuff, but like with the power windows, when you go in the water, then you might lose power.
They say, whatchamacallit, they say if you take your headrest off, it's supposed to be
that's the purpose of the headrest, is like that's why they have metal bottoms.
The back window, yeah. A thing that I've wondered, like I said, if you know that before you actually hit the water, a thing that I wonder is for people, because I have a moonroof in my car. So I'm wondering if you hit your moonroof, like if you know your thing is about to go over
fast enough, and
you hit it, and then your moonroof
opens before you lose power with your
I wonder, would that be a good Would that be
Yeah,
a
if you hit it fast enough,
if
yeah.
you hit it fast enough?
And
Because
before you hit the water, once you hit the water, you're probably gonna lose power
yeah,
instantly.
because once you go in the air, you know that you've lost control. You're in the air, you hit it, and then yeah. Like I'm wondering, would that be a
Or even roll
you
all
can
the
escape
windows
to the
down.
top?
If you don't have a
Mhm.
moonroof, roll all your windows down. Like once you airborne, like roll them all down there. So you can
Mhm.
get out, yeah. Because the door, you're not gonna be able to push against the water. Like
With the
that's
force, yeah,
not
you
gonna
know.
happen yet. So the only way out would be the window, like I said. So if either roll it down while you still have power or break it out. So, yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. It's like I and keep something like yeah, it's just crazy. Yeah. Just keep something like to break the glass out with. Scary stuff though, man. Hate to
And I
start out
think
on a negative note like that,
and I
but
think that we should all learn how to swim. I think everybody should learn how to swim. I
yeah,
think.
everyone
Yeah.
should know how to swim. I agree.
I actually need to take me some lessons because I can just stay alive barely. I'm not good.
I
I
was a
need
pretty good
to.
swimmer in my day. I haven't swam in years. I probably should get in a pool now just to because like swimming like a use it or lose it type skill. I probably need
Mhm.
to get in a pool like and see like do I still got it. I was
Mhm.
pretty good. I wasn't on the swim team in high school, nothing like that, but I was a pretty good swimmer though.
Yeah, you and Feast were pretty good
Yeah.
swimmers. You guys were.
So maybe I need to get in the pool like these in the next coming weeks. See, do I still got it? Yeah.
Yeah, it's a survival skill that needs to be learned. It is.
Yeah. At least be able to tread water to keep your head above water, like good times. Like he's be able to keep your
Mm-hmm.
head above water, so you
Mm-hmm.
don't drown and shit. Yeah,
Yeah.
like at least know how to do that shit. Yeah, until you can be rescued. Yeah, possibly. Or if you can swim like to like the nearest like whatever and shit. Yeah,
Shore, coast, or whatever there. Yeah.
yeah. Crazy shit though, kid.
Mm-mm-mm.
Um, anything you got before we go?
But we can do one more. So this is like still like a sad news. I know we started sad, but I just wanted to say rest in peace to Lou Gossett Jr. I
Ah,
saw that he
the
passed
legend.
away.
That must have just
The
happened.
legend.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
he passed away, I think the 29th, I want to
Okay,
say.
okay.
Like he just passed away because I saw it that he was 87 years old.
Yeah. He's one of the first black Oscar winners. Yeah.
Hmm.
Mm.
I remember him as the old guy on Good Times. So
Also he played Uncle Wilbur on Good Times.
Uncle Wilbur.
He was
Uncle Wilbur was
he was
funny.
roasting the fat kid that was Michael Michael whipped his ass and shit because he got all A's. It's like it's like so he played a couple of pretty memorable characters on
Yeah,
Good
he could
Times.
play center for the Chicago Bears.
Michael bullying him. He could play center for the Chicago Bears. It's like Uncle Wilbur was one of the best one-shot characters. It's like you could tell he was just there because that's when they were having problems with John
From
Amos.
John Amos, so they
Like he
needed
was
to
like
talk.
he just his like James would have been the one delivering those lines, but like
Yeah.
since he wasn't available, it was like probably right around when they were about to get rid of him. So yeah, they were like having
They
issues with
created an
John.
uncle that they never had
They
and they never
created
mentioned
Uncle
again.
Wilbur, but his performance was legendary though.
Whose brother was he James's brother or Florida's brother? Like whose
He was
brother?
Florida's brother. Yeah, he played
Okay, it
Florida.
was a brother that was never mentioned. And he was
Before or
never
after his Uncle
right.
Wilbur was never mentioned. Before.
But to the best of my knowledge, unless people specifically say everybody's an only child to me, that's just where my mind goes. Everybody's an only
Mostly, I
child.
assume that too because we don't see like because we all have family, and at some point you're gonna come across like these
Mhm.
uncles or aunts is like, but on TV like they never show up. It's like unless they just living in another state or something, which they never say about these. Like they never said that Uncle Wilbur was from Mississippi coming in. So I don't remember them saying that. So unless you like in another state and you won't see him like that, but he just appear out of nowhere.
And then you disappear.
And then like, just as fast. It's like they should have made him a regular. He was actually like,
He was funny.
he could have been that father figure when they killed James off. They could have kept Uncle Wilbur. It was better than Carl Dixon. Like,
He could have moved in to help his sister because that could have been believable. Like, okay, I'm gonna move in. Well, even though they were kind of big, but still, because the kids they weren't really little. Like they weren't little kids.
yeah,
Because Michael was like 13.
JJ and Thelma in particular. It's like,
Yeah. Michael was a teenager himself, so I mean, they wasn't particularly young when James died, but
I can see him coming in to help out with especially if Michael's getting in the fights. It's like you need that
yeah.
you need that
And then the
male
gang, and then
that
the gang tried
that
to
male
keep
authority.
him.
You need that. It's like yes to come.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they did have the gang episode after that, and
But yeah, the junior warlords. I call them the barbed wire boys. So like
at least their TV gang was like more tougher
better,
than some of these
better,
other TV
better than the
gangs.
tarantulas on different strokes.
Piranhas on Family Matters.
Those were some of the worst examples. Yeah.
They wear matching
Family
satin,
Matters had a couple. They had the piranhas and they had another gang too. They
the
had two
dragons,
the dragon. They had two terrible gangs on there.
and Mr. Rachel's Place, the dragon.
Old. That's the one I remember when I'm in Urkel came in dressed like George Michael and shit. Like he was a gangster. Yeah.
Yeah, that fake Eric. Yeah.
Is that you're the one who roughed up the Winslow kid? Is like, and they like stitching on themselves, like, yeah, that was my work. It's like this nigga you just met, you telling him all of your fucking secrets.
Tell me you don't know gangs, real gangs. Well, tell me you don't know real gangs.
Yourself with some like what if he was a cop, like which he did have ties to a cop because yeah, Carl was a cop. It's like, what if he was a cop? Yeah, you like running your mouth the whole time. we did that. That was us.
But they're like blue glasses as an old guy. So like why was he 42 with like a 17-year-old like that? That just never like even in the 70s.
The 70s was wild and shit.
Even in the 70s, that's still like
he was older than James because like he was older than her father and shit.
Well, he was like 2 years younger because James baby was like 44.
Oh yeah, like the character, in real life he was older than John Amos.
They were like damn near the same age, like the characters, yeah.
You like her fucking daddy's age.
But the legend.
That episode, it made sense too. Like Thelma wasn't ugly. Lou Goss's character fit. Hey, only way I could hit is by putting a ring. Because like they alluded to that, how Thelma was like, yeah, like you know how much I have to love him to do that. It's like, and Flora's so you don't really love this dude. That's how she got out of it.
Well, whatchamacallit, Thelma was just trying to get out the projects. That's what that was.
Thelma was engaged at least 4 times on it. The 4th time was the charm with Keith. She was engaged. She was engaged to him, the old dude. She was engaged to Larry, the mechanic.
eBay,
the African exchange student. It's like, so she was engaged, and all of those ended. Like Larry, I don't know why she didn't want to marry him. Like he was going to California. That's what it was. Like because like all of them ended.
And then she got some Florida in her with that because he's like, yeah, I'm trying to provide a better opportunity. And she said, no, I don't want a better opportunity. I want to stay in these projects.
Right, yeah,
she like Florida.
Florida. James was supposed to go to Alaska to work on the pipeline. Yeah. And then she's like, I'm trying to make a better life. I don't want a better life, James. I want to live with you. It's like, what?
What?
Huh? Ooh, Tim Allen.
Larry seemed like he was a stand-up guy because he was going to school. He was trying to better himself. He had a job, but he's like, I have this job now just as a mechanic, but I go to school, then I can actually run my own business.
He got an opportunity to do that. Yeah, like to take.
So Larry actually seemed like he had a plan. And then Larry was like closer to her age. He was young also.
They were like around the same age. Yeah.
He's maybe about 2 years older than her, certainly no more than 3 years.
Yeah, they were both that college age, like around that time. They were.
Yeah, he was young. Yeah. So I think that Larry would have been a good choice for her.
And then eBay, like his
eBay was
his multiple wives. eBay just saw once again she was just bad. He's like, oh yeah, I'm marrying her. It's like that's all that was.
And then I'll go even further with this. eBay hit her with the Mandingo, I think.
That's why she agreed to marry him. Like eBay, I think, blew her back. He clapped him cheeks.
With the Mandingo.
He clapped him Thelma cheeks and shit. She just was like sprung after that. So
she was acting all like she braided her hair like in the African braid style.
and all of that. Yeah.
She was acting like a girl who newly had sex for the first time. That's how she was acting because she was messing around and.
First, he asked her to move in with him, and then Florida's like living with a man. That's some bullshit.
Living with a man.
Then he said, "Okay, fuck it, then be my wife." Then like he raised the stakes. Then okay. And then Michael, like being Michael, questions like, yeah, like can't you have more than one wife? And like he wouldn't answer the question. He was like, yeah, I'll like Thelma's the only one I love. He would never say like, yeah. Either way he answered was like, yeah.
You have to promise me that you'll never. He said, "Yeah, well, men in my culture can't take
And
a
then he
second.
eventually came clean and say, yeah, like I can't promise you that. It's like, what
I
I
can't
can
promise you
promise, I
because
love you
you
now.
gotta
Like I'll
promise."
always love you, but I can't promise you that I will
Thelma
never.
was like, "You have to promise me. Like, I know you can take another wife, but you have to promise me that you will never take another wife if I'm your wife." And he was like, "I can't do that."
Well, I
He
give him
kept it
credit for
real.
that. He was a stand-up dude. He like was honest.
I can't do that.
He didn't because he could have just married her and just took on a wife later. He was at
Here
least
with the bait and switch here.
yeah. He was like, he's like, I can't promise you that. Like, I love you, but I can't promise you that. So that's what ended them. It's like,
I have to be enough, Keith. Keith, I have to be enough, eBay. I have to be enough. And he's like, well.
and then you have and then Keith came finally, and then she really actually married him. And then his football career ended, and then miraculously he got healed. Then they have a son who later plays for the Bears, who named Justin.
You saw the whole roll of the eye like that. I'm not going to even go down that rabbit hole of how that was just poorly executed. That whole storyline was just so poorly executed with him. But with all this is saying, rest in peace to Lou Gossett.
Legendary Lou Gossett. And since we talking good times, you see that ratchet ass Good Times cartoon trailer? That shit looks stupid. Who asked for a Good Times reboot? First of all,
In 2024,
like,
first of
who
all.
asked for that? Like a show from 50 years ago. Yeah,
Like, the show was canceled. The show was canceled before I was
it was
born.
canceled 35,
Over 40
45
years ago. It was
45
canceled
years
before I
ago.
was.
Shit, yeah.
It was that shit was canceled in 1980. It was
Yes.
canceled before I was born. I was born in 81. That shit was canceled before I was born. I don't ever remember new episodes. Shout out to our brother Kareem. I don't ever remember new episodes of Good Times being on the air. I remember it being in syndication.
Yeah.
And I thought it was new
What I
because I'm
know it
like,
doesn't syndicate. I don't remember new episodes of Good Times either. It's like
because I thought it was a new show, and then it's like, wait a minute, it's like, oh, they're talking about Jimmy Carter. Okay, it's not a new show.
talk about the
You know?
Carter administration.
Carter. Like, okay, it's not
They making Watergate jokes and shit. It's like
I know Reagan. That's her, and then like that, and I know like very like
Reagan
near the
is the
end of
earliest
Reagan,
president I remember. Yeah,
like
Reagan.
near the end, because I remember the adults didn't like Reaganomics.
Yeah, I remember the Reagan administration is my earliest.
But the first president I really, really remember, I remember HW. I remember Bush.
Yeah,
because
like,
Mr. Gorbachev tear down this wall. I remember that happening.
The Gulf War and all of that. Like
I remember that happening in real time. Tear down this wall. I remember that.
Yeah,
but
war.
But that's how I knew that wasn't new. And I was like, oh yeah, he talked about President Carter. Okay, it's not a new show. but yeah, though. So I did see the trailer because I saw people roasting it, and I was like, okay, let me watch it because the show premieres April 12th, I think, and it's on Netflix. It's a Netflix.
So I think I'm gonna sit that one out.
I think it's a hard, like I'm gonna have to pass on this one. That who said that? Aretha. Remember, they was like Nicki Minaj. Now I'm gonna pass on that one. That's how I feel about the Netflix show. I'm gonna pass it on that one because
that one now it looks stupid.
Like it just looks like regurgitated stereotypes and not even in a good way. Like, I mean, I'm not like we grew up during Mel Brooks. So we're not hypersensitive. I know a lot of the kids today are like kind of hypersensitive about it's not politically correct. This should be canceled. You're canceled. You're canceled. I know a lot of people are on that tear, but we grew up with Mel Brooks. We grew up watching soap. We grew up watching Revenge of the Nerds, like stuff that's even like later in my high school years, American Pie. Like people like the new generation watched American Pie for the first time, and they're saying that they should all be canceled. I'm like, this movie came out 25 years ago. You know that, right?
Raw and Delirious is like that's the comedy we grew up watching.
We grew up to that type of stuff, so like we're not.
That's Comedy Jam. It's like so yeah. That's the era. Yeah,
we're not easily offended, but some stereotypes are just dumb. And when I saw the names on it, I'm like, okay, executive producer Norman Lear, so he's still producing from Beyond the Grave.
And shit, yes.
Look at that. And then I saw Steph Curry. I'm
Steph
like,
Curry is I saw that he was and that's what people are
I
roasting it
face
because of
palm when
that.
I
It's
saw
like
Steph
Steph.
Curry.
So Steph Curry this dude who grew up with an NBA player for a father is gonna tell me about the hood and shit. Fuck out of here, shit. He was dude was never set foot in the hood in his life. Most he came to the hood was when he played at Oracle Arena in Oakland. That's the closest he came to the fucking hood and shit. The fuck out of here.
We saw the McDonald's commercial when you was a kid, when you were like Khalil size with your daddy.
Yeah.
Not a McDonald's, it was Burger King. That's why it was a Whopper. Because he was talking about, ooh, the Whopper. Like him and his brother on the commercial talking
That's
about
where
Whopper
you
with their
walk
daddy.
like, yeah, like, yeah. So you gonna tell big us about life in the projects and shit.
So
Yeah.
you grew up in this life
I'm
where
not gonna
you're,
even write about life in the projects because I'm not from the projects.
I'm not from the
I
project.
know
Not
Steph
at all.
fucking Curry ain't from no
Not
projects.
at all.
And we weren't privileged, but we weren't project either and shit. Yeah.
So
He was super privileged.
he was a privileged child.
Good. Good.
And I was like, okay, Steph Curry. I'm like, so this proves that even sharpshooters miss.
Yes. Greatest shooter of all
This is
time.
definitely a miss.
Yes.
This is not a 23rd footer that Steph can just shoot on a daily basis. He epically airballed this. This is an airball for Steph Curry.
And even though I have no evidence of this, I'm gonna blame this one on Aisha Curry for some reason. She said, "Yeah, Good Times. I love that show growing up. Yeah, yeah. You should produce a new version." I'm just making all of this up, but
I don't
so what?
blame her.
So what? Like all of the memes that they came up with Aisha Curry, those were made up too. So like I'm
I
gonna
don't
make my
blame
I'm
her.
gonna make my own memes up. Like, hey, baby, yeah,
And
you
then
should do a Good Times reboot.
and then the last name that rounds out this trio, I
It's
guess you
train
can
wreck.
call it,
Yeah,
huh?
it's
It's
train
Seth
wreck. I said
hmm?
Seth MacFarlane. Yeah,
It's Seth MacFarlane, yeah. And I'm like,
the
because then when I saw some of the animation, the
Family
kid
Guy. Yeah.
the kid who's supposed to be he looks like Roscoe from Cleveland Show. Like the baby looks like that.
Yeah.
Like it's like
That's
a
what's
drug
basically, yeah, it's just like basically it's not Good Times, it's the
Cleveland,
Cleveland.
but rated R.
It's the Cleveland show is basically what this is gonna
It's
be.
a rated R Cleveland show, basically.
Yeah.
But the Cleveland show actually was decent.
Yeah, it had a good run. Like Cleveland Brown had a good run. Like, yeah. He started on
It was
Family
actually
Guy
decent.
and got his own, yeah, spinoff. Yeah. He had a good run.
But look at it. I'm like, you have a drug dealing baby.
Mhm.
That's what I saw in the trailer. The baby is a drug dealer. The father is like, I think JB Sue is a voice of the dad, I think. All of them, they're like all these people, like Marseille Martin. I'm like, Marseille Martin, no, baby, why are you on this, Marseille
He's
Martin?
doing it for a check.
Why? Like she's black excellence. I think Marseille Martin is black excellence, but I'm like, why? Like, why Marseille? Don't put your name on that,
I
baby.
love
No,
to hear her defend this shit. It's like
no, baby,
they
no.
all gonna defend it, you know that, right? Yeah. And then years now from now, they're gonna say, yeah, that was some bullshit.
That
That's
was some
what
bullshit. Because that's usually
everyone.
what happens when people like shout out Zoe Saldana when she wore
Most
that
time in
blackface.
blackface is Nina Simone.
She
She
wore
like
blackface.
she defended the shit out of it. Now she says, yeah, I shouldn't have done it. It
Yeah, I
was
shouldn't have done that.
yeah, that was stupid. I shouldn't have done. She admitted it finally.
As a lighter complexion black woman, you can't put blackface on as a lighter complexion black. It just and a prosthetic nose. Like, no, you
Only
can't
way
do
it
that.
works is if you're doing it satire, a la fucking
A la bamboozled.
yeah, well, like you had fucking Savion put
Savion Glover in
blackface, yeah.
blackface.
And that's
But
the
that was
joke.
his
It's like I said, we
satire.
have light skinned blackface putting on black people putting on blackface. That was the joke of the movie. Yeah,
Bad and
we had
tad.
light skinned black people. So you can't say it's racist because they're black. That was like his way of getting out of being called racist. We
Mhm.
have light skinned black people putting on blackface playing minstrel characters. That was the hook of Pierre Delacroix's character. So they can't say they were racist because yeah, our actors are they're not white actors. We had light skinned black actors in blackface. Uh,
That was a gotcha right there, but
yeah,
it just looks atrocious. It does. I didn't laugh not one time in the trailer.
yeah, I thought it was stupid. Yeah, I'm like okay,
I
what is
thought it was just overused
it's like
stereotypes
what
and
the fuck is this? It's like that's all.
I'm glad that the comment section passed the vibe check because all of us is like we're sick of this shit. Like it was collectively like no, this shit sucks. That's what the collective
I
consensus
haven't
was.
seen one person praise this. It's like across the board.
Nobody. Everybody is like, no, this ain't it.
Yeah,
This ain't it.
yeah.
Play in somebody else's face. Why? Like, okay, you want to do that? Why gotta do All in the Family over?
Yeah.
Playing somebody else's face, but you're not going to do that though to the White Show. Let me say like that. You're not going to do it to the White Show.
I don't see any mod reboots out there.
Let's play in someone else's face. A reboot that I actually would watch is The Golden Girls.
Thank you for being a friend.
But they could have like some like,
some sassy old women now.
like because like the Golden Girls, they were supposed to be like, well, obviously Sophia was the mom of Dorothy, but like the rest of them was supposed to be like in like their 50s. Like they weren't even supposed to be that old.
Like 50 something, because they weren't retirement age. They looked it, but yeah, they weren't.
But when you look back, it's like these women were supposed to be in their 50s.
That's what I said. They looked it. They weren't retirement age, but they definitely looked it.
Like they were 50. like what? Like, but this was the 80s, so the 80s 50 looked different than 50 now. 50 looks a little different now. But
we're not watching. Well, they travel world and back again. That's why they look so rough.
And if you threw
a party, invited everyone you knew and shit, you would see that biggest gift would be from you. And the heart attack would say, the heart attack would say, boom, 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 boom.
I want to watch some Golden Girls.
A theme song definitely slapped, man. Yeah. A theme song definitely slapped. Yeah. It's up there at top 10 greatest television themes. The Golden Girls, I would say. We know all the words to that shit. Yeah. See, and I didn't even watch the show all the time, but I know every word to that goddamn theme. No, I know every single word. Good Times, another one, another top one. Yeah, get the greatest top 10 television themes. Let's do it now. Yeah, those two going there. What else? I say Sanford and Son.
Sanford and Son. Because they had the badass instrumental.
I gotta go with a newer one. Power.
Yeah, Power slaps. Power hits, yeah.
You gotta go with Power, definitely. That Big Rich Town goes hard and shit. Yeah. What else? I like Law and Order.
Yeah, Law and Order hits. People say whatchamacallit, Barney Miller. A lot of people like
Barney Miller, yes.
Barney Miller slaps, yeah.
That bass, yeah.
Bass, yeah. Oh, Cheers.
Cheers.
Everybody knows the words
in the world.
I even watch Cheers like that.
Yeah, see, you don't even watch it, you know all the words to this shit. Wouldn't you like to get away?
Everybody knows your name. Boom, boom, boom. Like, the boom, boom, boom. Yeah.
Yeah. Classics. Yeah. What's happening? Let's go.
Yeah. Different World with Aretha Franklin.
Yeah. And Different World. And any version of the Cosby, you gotta pick one. Is like, I guess the Bobby McFerrin.
I like the Bobby McFerrin.
Yeah.
The fact that he did all the instruments.
Yeah, it was just him. It was no instrument. It was just him. We did every instrument in it.
Very creative, yeah.
But some of our favorites, yeah, as far as television themes, yeah.
And then Mom would sing All in the Family.
Glenn Miller, especially when we get to the Herbert Hoover part. Like, listen to our mom sing that song. When it's like when they say Mr. Nephews, a man like Herbert Hoover again. And she takes it to church on that part. It's like it's classic. I'm gonna record her and then play.
I'll record her, yes. I gotta record her. I'm gonna upload it to TikTok.
Exactly, yeah. With just do that's what you gotta do. Like put All in the Family is playing on I think it's on Prime is on one of the.
Yeah, on Prime, I think.
Yeah, play an episode of All in the Family and then just sneak and record it.
Just put this in the background on my phone.
That's like put an episode on and then get to the Herbert Hoover part and shit. So I can.
Yeah, respectfully, we decline that. Netflix need their ass kicked. I mean, Netflix usually like the documentaries are spot on. Like they have some great documentaries, but that Good Times, that shit is a fail.
I want different stroke slaps too. I forgot about that. Shout out to late Robin. Alan Thicke. I'm saying Robin. The late Alan Thicke. Shout out.
Man is born.
One of my favorite interviews was when Robin was doing Different Strokes, and he was like, the Different Strokes. He was clearly drunk. It's like, yeah, he kept singing the Different Strokes thing. He's like, yeah, my pops wrote that. It's like,
He was singing it, yeah.
it's so funny as
I mean,
shit.
he looks exactly like his father, so I mean, it's no
And he
denying
starts doing his
he looks
voice.
exactly like
He
him.
starts doing his father's voice, saying he don't want to go back to Canada. So then I started doing the voice too, like, yes, I'm not going back to Canada.
He did have that voice.
When he did it, I was like, fucking, I'm gonna do this shit too.
I wanted his father here. Like, why are you making fun of me? What if his father got mad at him? What if he got in trouble? Because Kanye probably you could still get in trouble with your parents and be a fool. You could be a big age adult and still get in trouble with your parents.
40 and get in trouble.
You can still get on pleasure with your parents at 40.
Put on time out and shit. Yeah. Well, all of this has been building up to the big story. The big story. Yeah. Take that.
That's a new meaning.
Definitely. That's take that. That gotta be the P. Diddy, y'all. Instead of like they had like Surviving R. Kelly, they like take that, the P. Diddy story. It gotta be like that. Take that. So what's you gotta add to it? Because like, yeah, it's like more and more has come out about this fucking thing. Yeah.
I'm here for everything. So I'll just start with I'll start with the crowd with let's stop. Everything is not trying to take a black man down. I will first start off by
saying
like
Negroes are no matter how debaucherous and how like scandalous you are, like because you have black skin, like motherfuckers will give you a pass. If you have black skin, it's like, yeah.
Contrary to, and like I said, like we always say that our mom was Issa Rae before Issa Rae. I typically do root for everybody black, unless
except Diddy.
You're on some fuck shit. If you're on some fuck shit, I cannot.
I always thought this Negro was shady, like from day one.
I cannot. If you're on some fuck shit, I cannot just constantly. You know what I mean?
We talked about the whole we talked about the whole Uptown thing, right? We talked about that. With like everybody associated with Uptown in the early days pretty much is gone. And Al B. Sure almost died. It's like, like I said, it was Diddy, Andre Harrell, Heavy D. You had Al B. Sure, and then the secretary was Kim Porter. So yeah, they pretty much all are dead, and Al was in a coma at one point. And then let's go further. Let's look at Bad Boy and shit. Yeah, Craig Mack, Biggie, Black Rob. I'm just saying, man. All this is not a coincidence, man.
Blink twice. Yeah.
And let's go further with the other ones, like Shine. He did prison time. He Depp prison time. Shit. Where is like Mark Curry? He escaped it. It's like he got out. Hey, Mace found the Lord. He got out too. It's like, yes, like they got out.
He was protected by Jesus. Mace was protected by. That's how he protected himself.
Yeah. What about these other groups, like the band? Where are they at these days? Like Danity Kane, where are they at these days?
Babs and well, we know what Dylan's doing. Dylan.
Yeah, Dylan is Dylan in there.
Dave Chappelle ruined Dylan, but I mean it's fine.
Well, did Diddy was that under the instructions of Diddy? Yeah, I don't like him. Yeah, to make an example of Dylan. Yeah, Dylan. I'm creating all kinds of conspiracy theories. Like, was Diddy like in on it? Yeah. Is that why Chappelle didn't like the Chappelle show, because he didn't like who controlled it? Was Diddy have a hand in that? I'm just saying.
We don't know how far this reminds me.
I gotta talk to the homie Willie Taylor. Like, I want to hear some Day 26 stories.
This reminds me of the movie. What was that? Was that Street Kings with Keanu Reeves?
Yeah.
Forrest Whitaker. And then when he actually dug it, was like, you don't know how deep this goes, how
the
police, like the top of police were like in this
Yeah,
drug chief.
he controlled all. He was P Diddy, Forrest Whitaker. Like, he controlled that. Even the chief is in my pocket. He's like, I even control the chief. It's like, yeah, he like he had a hand in everything in the LAPD, basically.
Yeah, so that's what I'm like. When you start peeling back layers, it's like you start seeing how deep shit goes. So
Yes,
I really do feel like Pandora's boxes, this is just the tip of the iceberg.
I ain't heard from Diddy Dirty Money lately. Where they at? These people just either vanish or they dead. It's like it's weird. It's like it's not a coincidence. Young Jock with Bad Boy South. Remember that and shit. It's like
Mhm.
Young Jock. It's like I'm just saying. It's like
Faith ran away. Faith ran.
yeah, Faith Evans. Yeah, she got out. So yeah, a handful of people got Faith, Mace, and Mark Curry. They basically got out. they
It's all this shit. It's
they got
like,
out.
so let's stop.
Everybody else either died or like or did time or
Mhm.
like they just disappeared. It's like yeah.
Completely out of the industry, completely
Like
out of
Diddy
it.
Dirty Money and shit. Like, yeah.
But that's my first thing. It's like, let's stop just saying that everything is a black man getting taken down. Let's stop.
I
Let's
haven't
hold.
seen a lot of that. I don't know what you've seen. It's like
I
most
haven't seen a
people
lot now because now
early
that movies
on when
come
the whole
out,
when the Cassie story first broke, you saw it more.
yeah. But
Like
now,
now it's like people was kind of like yeah, they kind of stand hush hush
mhm,
about this dude. It's like yeah, because
because you gotta hold it, it's accountability. You gotta hold people accountable,
yeah,
and especially like, let's be real. Like, I mean, I hate to use the term like it's not black on black crime because it's like stuff in your close proximity. So most people of victims are going to be someone who looks like you because you're in close proximity.
yeah,
That's who you have most of the access to. So it's like most of Diddy's victims are black people. So it's like
yeah.
then I read a report that which McCall said that he was trying to like woo her, and then she turned out his advances. Kristen Cavallari said that he tried to woo her. I was like, wait, what? Because she said when she was on, what was that show?
Jay Cutler's ex is like yeah, I gotta look
Yeah,
that
when
up.
she was on Lagoon, because remember she was a reality star first. She was on
Yeah,
what,
that's
Laguna
how
Beach
Jay
or
met her. He
something.
found her. Jay found her through reality TV.
And then he followed her, like he sent her private messages. Like he said he sent her like big bouquets of flowers. Like he was like really trying to woo her. And
Cavallari, yeah.
she was like maybe just out of her teens. Like she was like really young, and he was probably about 40 at this point. And she was maybe like 20, maybe a 20, 21, something like that. She was very young. And she just it just didn't feel right. Like, you know, she just never accepted his advances. She was like, eh.
Ooh-wee.
Because he was saying that he was such a fan of her work and he wanted to meet her, and she just
But
like
what a
and he just
reality
kind of
fan
creeped
of
her
her
out a little bit.
reality shit. It's like knock it off, man. You weren't a fan of
I
her.
think they just kind of creeped her out, so she was just kind of like weirded out by like this older guy trying to pick her up. She was just weirded out by it, so she declined it. And, you know, and she's
Kind of
speaking
like
out.
kind of like when Shaq was trying to flirt with Ice Spice at the Super Bowl. It was like she was like, it's just some creepy older guy. She looked at him. Yeah, you're Shaq, but you're old. It's like that's
Okay, this is my advice that I give to older men. Don't be a damn creep. So like if you're trying to,
most dudes. I'm gonna yeah tell it from a guy's
first of
perspective.
all,
I'm gonna tell it from a
don't try
guy.
to.
Go ahead. I'll
First
tell
of all, don't try to talk to girls who are barely out of their teens and you're like my age. Don't do that. That's the first part.
it's like
That's what
guys,
I
like I'm gonna tell you from a guy's perspective, the average guy like never thinks they too old for like they think you can pull anybody at any time. It's like, yeah. Whereas women know at some point is like, yeah, like you're not gonna go around to college campuses trying to holler
hell
at
no.
like, yeah, you like at some point, you know, like I'm too old for this shit. Is like even
Yeah,
now, like when you get to a certain age, you know, like you're not gonna even go to the club and look for guys when you get past a certain
no.
age. Like I'm too old for this. It's like yeah,
I'm too old
you
for
just
this.
know and shit at some point. But guys, no matter what age, be 60 and shit, still be hanging out. Like if the Freaknik was still going on now, you're like 60. I'm going to the Freaknik. It's like yeah.
Why?
These are like people in their late
Why?
teens and early 20s. It's like, yeah, why are you going to the Freaknik at 60?
Like hell, I can chaperone this Freaknik. I'm in my 40s. I can chaperone the Freaknik. So you know if you're in your 60s, you know you damn well too old to be doing anything
It's a
like
lot
that.
to that. Like getting back, we'll circle back to the Freaknik again too. Like we talked about that last time, and like I saw when a lot of people in my timeline like we're talking about how Uncle Luke basically ruined it. Because there's people my age that were like, yeah, like we're in that Freaknik age group. And then some a little older than be like, remember like the original Freaknik when it
Because
was
our
like,
brother
it was
Kareem went
like,
to the
yeah, when it
picnic.
was
He
like
said
the
even in the
Greek,
80s.
it was like basically black Greeks, like, yeah, so it was like
Yeah.
they needed something to do during spring breaks.
Yeah,
They weren't
Kareem
going
said he
home.
went to a few of those in the 80s.
Yeah.
He said he went to a few of
Yeah.
those.
So
He
some
did.
like older than me, like they were talking about, yeah, and people forget that Luke was like 35, like around that time when he so he's like it'll be a creepy old dude that like messes it up for everybody.
Yeah, me so horny. He was about 35 years old. He
Yeah,
was.
he
He was
wasn't a
over
young
30.
man then. Like Luke was like very grown, like going to the freak. Yeah, like and like I said, they late teens and early 20s. Like yeah, and people's like, yeah, you forget this was 90s 35. It's like so like back 35 then was like 50 now. It was like and when you think about our parents, like when they were like 35, they seemed very old. It's
They
like so
seemed older.
there's some truth to that. It's like, yeah,
Yeah.
there's definitely truth to that.
But Diddy and this, like, let's not be a creep. And then what else about him? And he it's like he's out here just like living still, but
Yeah,
but
because
my
he's
thing
not because like his homes were raided in LA and Miami, but Diddy is not
Miami.
he's not under arrest. It's like it wasn't
And
an
then he
arrest
get on
warrant.
a plane
They were gathering evidence. It's like, yeah,
and he got on a plane and he's just
he's going to hang out with Russell Simmons
and
allegedly.
Stevie J.
And
He
Stevie
hanging with
J.
Stevie J.
And like,
Shout out to
oh,
RG who said that he looks like a rat when he smiles. When they said that on their page, RRG, they're like, Stevie J, the guy who looks like a rat.
I gotta play this fucking
I
video.
gotta see it now.
I gotta play this for shits and giggles. This video, like you're gonna laugh, like because it's funny. I'm gonna laugh too.
Okay, let me get my serious face.
Play this right here. It's like
Oh, I saw this.
you saw this, yeah.
Yeah.
Twitter/X or whatever the fuck you want to call it. Mike Tyson knew back then and shit. It's like
I saw this.
back this shit out, yeah.
That was the Ken Ivory Way show.
Yeah. Hey, mute that music and shit. Get that out of there. He moves like, yeah, move your hand. Look at Mike. Mike's like, get the fuck out of here. Yeah.
I mean, we know that stuff is like, because now that we know all these allegations about Diddy, like we know that it was something else because like they only played a short content. They said if you look at the whole video, they said that Mike was trying to show off Diddy's drip on him because this is when all about the Benjamins was out. So he was trying to show his drip. That's what they said.
Allegedly.
But it's like you have to be a different kind.
I think Mike. I think
But
Mike.
my thing is,
man. 25 years ago, Mike.
I don't think that happened like that because my thing is, you have to be a different kind of stupid. Why would you? That's Iron Mike. You have to be a different kind of stupid to try and touch him. You just don't value
this
his life.
Is around the same time when Mike he bit Holyfield's ear off. That's right around that time. So
yeah, like,
think about what Mike was like at the height of his nuttiness during that time.
Yeah, so it's like why would
right around that time when he bit dude's ear.
So that's why I call bullshit on that because I'm like he bit Holyfield's ear and that's Iron Mike. Why would you? I wouldn't try that man. I wouldn't try anything against that man. Like different kind of stupid if you would try to touch on him. Because Mike could have just hit you with one of those and ended your life, But
Mike would say, "Yeah, take that." Yeah.
Then I saw but how funny is that and I just thought about that because Keenan did do him on in Living Color, and I wonder if that came up.
Tyson is like, yeah.
I just thought about that right now.
Did Tyson see that? Because Damon did a joke about that. He was like, "Yeah."
Damon said that was.
I ain't want to make that nigga mad. Hey, I saw that was Keenan. That wasn't me. That was Keenan. Because that was when he saw people like mad at the Living Color parodies. He said Whitney Houston, the Rhythm of the Nation.
Hammer.
He said MC Hammer got mad. It's like, and then he said Mike Tyson. He's like, see, I ain't want to make that nigga. That was Keenan. That's it.
So I wonder if they did have a little talk about that because he did because it was 3 Champs and a Baby when they did.
Yeah, he did him a couple of times. He did him the Love Connection too.
Love Connection with Robin Givens.
Yeah. 2 and 2.
Sinclair, Kim Coles is Robin Givens.
And Jim Carrey is Chuck Woolery. 2 and 2. Yeah.
He was like, tell us about the date.
Tell us about the date. Yeah. Like classic.
The funniest meme I saw was somebody they said Suge Knight said, yeah, you should have been all in the video.
Oh. Got him. Got him.
All in the video. You should have been all in the video.
I tell you, it's a Suge Knight documentary on Showtime when he talked about that. He's like, and Suge's from prison is like, because Suge is doing like 30 years for like killing that motherfucker or whatever, for running the dude over with a car and shit, basically and shit. He's like, oh,
let's not forget that he did run over a person in a car during this.
And is currently incarcerated.
During the
I think he got like 30 years for that shit.
During the shooting of Straight Outta Compton, because that's where it went down.
Yeah,
when everything went down during that time.
But yeah, and he said during this doc, he said that people asked like, did I kill Pac? Is like, hey, like I lost everything after that. Like, yeah, but who gained? Like, think about he didn't say names, but we know who is some. He's like, why would I do it? I lost everything. It's like, yeah, after that, yeah, which he did. It's like, who came up after the deaths of Pac and Big? Is like, it wasn't Suge. Suge immediately fell off after all of that. But who came up is like all about the Benjamins, baby. Like, who came up?
But what else is in this Diddy report? What else is in this Diddy report that that you can delve into? Because
another one who's been real quiet on this too, I gotta hear about it, is what's the name?
Carlisha.
Carisha dipped and shit. Carisha got the fuck out of there. She saw the
period.
Shit, yeah.
She got out. Period.
Yeah. They not together. They not together no more. Carisha got the fuck out of there quick and shit. Yeah. Another one I want to hear. Jennifer Lopez been real quiet during this. Like, she was there during all of that. It's like, yeah,
she's married to that man. She's living her Ben Affleck life.
I want to hear from Jennifer. I want to hear her Diddy story. She got some, she does. It's like, I gotta hear
it.
She got some.
Her husband advising her to just stay out of that. Ben's like, we ain't gonna touch that.
Or like, wait till Diddy dies or something. He gets Epstein or something, and like Ben Affleck can produce the movie. He's a big time movie producer now, so we'll produce the P Diddy story. He's like, if and when he gets Epstein, he's like, just be quiet for now, and then we'll executive produce that shit. It's like, yeah. But the 50 Cent's ex, Daphne Joy, you see this story. Like, this is like, 50 been like all over because he and Diddy, like, they don't fuck with each other. So like, when all this started breaking,
50 said that he tried to take him on a shopping spree, and he was like, what man takes another man on a shopping spree? He was like,
had the shovel out, like burying this dude. It's like, yeah,
what man takes another man?
But it looks like Diddy's, 50's ex, and his mother, his baby's, his son's mother, like, she was a sex worker in connection with this Diddy thing. I was like, oh, the plot thickens. Wow, yeah. So now 50 been going in on both of them. It's like, yeah, you little sex workers. Like, who knew? It's like, he's just like, now she's involved in the shit too. And now he's threatening to like take custody of his son from her. Is like, because of the.
How old is the child?
They have it's 2012, so that would be
14.
Is it 14?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you do the math.
2024, yeah, 12 and 20, yeah, like 12, yeah.
Okay, yeah. Well, so it'll be 12 then, yeah, 12 and 12.
Yeah, 12, yeah.
Yeah, 12 and 12. Okay, yeah. I'm not messed up on that math. But yeah, so like, yeah, they got a 12-year-old, and like now he's threatening to take custody because this story came up. Like, oh, it's the plot.
And at the age of 12, a 12-year-old is old enough where they can decide who they want to live with.
Yeah.
Because judges will let the child decide when they get to a certain age, because when you get of a certain age, you can't say, I want to live with my mom or I want to live with my dad. You can voice that when you get over. So I think 12 is the age that a child can voice.
Well, yeah, that was what got interesting with that whole thing tied together. I'm like, now 50 is tied to it now because his son's mother was a fucking sex worker allegedly for P. Diddy and shit. So
and here's my thing that I said. I mean, we had this conversation off the record, but I'll bring it to the record. I'm like, if you're into some, because we know that some people have weird sexual fetishes, weird sexual fantasies. And if that's you, that's you. But it would probably be in your best interest where if you just hire a sex worker, and I'm not being funny when I say that, because it's like, if you try to date a regular person who's not with that shit, and then you try to pull some eyes wide shut stuff up on them, they're going, what? or that Mea Culpa. You haven't watched that yet, but when they went to some orgy party, it was like an orgy scene that was in Mea Culpa for whatever reason. It was an orgy scene in the movie. I don't know why, but it was. But if somebody tries to bring a regular person into that, you're gonna be like,
I got a story. I got a story like that I'm going to tell someday when I write my tell-all book.
but when you go and you have you hire somebody, that's what they do. That's their job. So you hire, you just leave it at that. You just, okay, we come in, we do our thing. We have our contract of, okay, I do this, I do this, I don't do this, I don't do this, I do this. I have your whole contract of what is expected, of what you're into. So you know how to move about it, do your thing, and then part your ways. That way you're not getting hit with, you held someone hostage and you forcibly made them participate in a threesome and they didn't want to, like you start hearing those stories, like a lot of those, like, it's just a lot of weirdness. Like they say, highly weird. It's a lot. It's a lot to digest. It is. And I think Eyes Wide Shut. I think those.
And they come
for those parties actually happen in Eyes Wide Shut. I think it's stuff like that.
I think Diddy is just the tip of this iceberg. I think the kingpin they coming out. I think Clive Davis is the kingpin. That's just my opinion and shit. It's like you heard it here and shit. Because Arista was over. Bad Boys under Arista. I'm just saying.
And who died also mysteriously? Whitney.
Yes. It gets deeper. It gets deep.
Whitney died under very, very peculiar circumstances, and they continued to party after she died. Her body was still upstairs, and they were partying.
Not only that, who also died mysteriously, Bobby Christina,
her daughter, yeah.
And the guy that was with her when she died, he died mysteriously. I'm just saying. It's like
I can't.
Yes. It's a lot. I think it's more to it. I don't want to say what I really want to say because I'm not trying to get Kanye or Candace Owens and shit, but I'm gonna allude to what I'm talking about. Clive Davis over Arista. Like you had NWA and Ruthless, Jerry Heller ran that. You had Def Jam, sure, Russell founded it, but also Lear Cohen, like he was like that. Yeah. I'm just saying, Death Row and Interscope, Jimmy Iovine and shit. Like, you read between the lines, you know what the fuck I'm talking about and shit. And
we have something in common.
Exactly.
We have something in common.
And I'll leave it at that. I think I've said too much, but I'm gonna wrap this podcast up on that note. And this is not an April Fool's joke, goddamn it. That's as real as it gets. What I just said there. So,
nice.
We're gonna wrap up not another damn podcast, episode 360, whatever. 66. I don't remember. Yeah, 356. I don't even remember what it is.
50. No, 50.
50 makes sense. We talking about 50. Yeah. Definitely appreciate you supporting not another damn podcast. Continue to support us through thick and thin. Give us a like on all your social media. And subscribe, share, review all your platforms, talking Apple Podcasts, Spotify, TuneIn, SoundCloud, iHeart, TLC Talk Radio. What up, Tasha?
Hey, Tasha.
YouTube and your Amazon Alexa devices. Make sure you follow me at Ozman the Wizard on Instagram, TikTok, and X. Oz Radio on Snapchat and Facebook as well. You know how I gets down.
And you could check me out, MSIMAH626 on Instagram, X, and TikTok. Also, STR8GLIEY1 on X, STR8GLIEY7 on Instagram. Also, please like the Straight Gully Facebook fan page. Check out straightgully.com for your blogs and your blogs.
Hey, well, I'm Ozman the Wizard.
And Naima.
And we will talk to you later.
Bye.
I'm gone.